In this video, we're going to be learning how to use this radar sensor in your next Arduino project. We'll be looking at how it works and what you can expect from it, how to use it with your Arduino, and to top it all off, we'll be creating this visualization to track humans with it. Let's get into it. This is a 24 GHz millimeter wave radar sensor, and it's really a testament to where technology is at nowadays, as it's an inexpensive device with a lot of things going on under the hood. Lots of math, lots of filtering, lots of very high-level engineering stuff, but we just get a simple UI out of it containing some really helpful information. This emits radio waves and it listens for the reflections that bounce back to gather information about what it's seeing, kind of like an ultrasonic sensor. However, this sensor is way more advanced. Not only does it use the time it takes for those radio waves to bounce back to measure the distance to the target. By the way, those radio waves are moving at the speed of light, which when you think about it, that's not much time to be measuring. It also listens for any shift in frequencies from the Doppler effect to measure how fast the target is moving. Like how when a car drives by, you hear the frequency change, you can actually use that change in frequency to determine the speed of the object. On top of that, it has two receiver antennas on it that are used to detect the angle of the thing that's reflecting it. If you can imagine the reflection coming back at an angle, it's going to hit one of these before it hits the other side. And very importantly, it only detects people. When it sends out those radio waves, you get a lot of things reflecting it back. Your chair, the walls, your fridge, your phone, but with some very advanced signal processing, it can figure out what is actually a human by the patterns of it reflecting back. Long story short, your breathing, the subtle movements in your arm, all the tiny little movements in your body creates tiny micro Doppler shifts. And these slight shifts, it creates like a pattern that's very distinctive. And this radar is basically trained to pick that up and go, that's a human. So with this sensor, you'll be able to use 24 GHz radio waves to detect a person, how far they are away from a sensor, up to 8 meters, which is the maximum range, what angle they are at from the sensor, there's 120 degrees of range on that, and how fast the target is moving. Now that speed is only going to be measuring how fast towards or away the sensor you're moving. It can't measure side to side, only forwards and backwards. Also, one more thing, they don't like to move around. We're not entirely sure why, but we think that when you set it up, it does sort of a room calibration, and if you move it, it throws that calibration out of whack and you get some dodgy readings. Just give it a go and see what's up. It's a bit of fun. And now you know how it works and what it does, let's go ahead and use it. To follow along, you need this Rd-03D radar sensor. You're also going to need some way to connect jumper wires to it, either through the pin out here at the top and soldering your wires directly to it, or with either one of these jumper wire adapters for the connector on the board here. You're also going to, of course, need an Arduino Uno. We're using the Arduino R4 here. And of course, we'll just need some jumper wires to connect this all up. You can find everything you need in the written guide linked below. Now, before we begin, the connector cable we're using for the radar is a generic one, so watch out because the colors might not match. For example, the red and black wires on this are not actually the power wires, but the TX and the RX. The green here is my 5 volt, the yellow is my ground, and the black is TX, and the red is RX. Just carefully double check what's written on the board and what wire color goes to what before you start using it. Starting off, let's power the radar by connecting the 5 volt pin of the radar to the 5 volt pin of the Arduino, and then we're just going to go ahead and connect the ground pin of our radar, it's the yellow one, not the black one here, to the ground pin of our Arduino like so. I'm just using some male-to-male jumper wires here to do this, and I'm also using it as a chance to kind of correct the color and use something more appropriate. Now, a radar sensor outputs its data through UART, so let's connect the TX pin of the radar to pin 2, which is going to be our RX pin of the Arduino. Pin 0 and 1 of our Arduino are the default UART pins, but they're also the same pins that the USB connection uses, so if we use them at the same time, we're going to be running into some issues. To combat this, we're going to be using pins 2 and 3 as our UART pins, and simulating that with software, because 0 and 1 has physical hardware for it, but we can use software serial to emulate that. Speaking of pin 3, do not connect it. This radar runs on 3.3 volt logic and the Arduino runs on 5 volt logic. We might damage something if we're not careful here. Right now we're transmitting a 3.3 volt signal on the radar and receiving it on pin 2, which can handle up to 5 volts. But if we connected pin 3 to the RX or receiver pin of the radar and we sent data over, we would be sending a 5 volt signal to a pin that's only rated to 3.3 volts. So we're not going to make that connection and we're going to leave it at these 3 wires, as we're only going to be receiving data from the radar. If for some reason you want to send data to the radar, you'll need one of these, a logic level converter. If not though, we are done and ready to program our Arduino. Alright, in the written guide link below, you'll find the demo code that we'll be using, and I'm just going to go ahead and paste that into our script. There you'll also find a download for the library that we've written to use this sensor. Go ahead and download that zip, but do not unzip it yet. Then in the Arduino IDE, head to Sketch, include library, add zip library, and then just navigate to wherever you downloaded it to. Should take a little bit, and you get a confirmation in the shell that the library has been successfully installed. So how does the library work? First of all, obviously we need to import the library, and then we go ahead and set up an instance of our radar sensor here. And these pins here, 2 and 3, are the TX and RX pins that software serial will use as your UART connection. Here, of course, we're using pin 2, and pin 3 doesn't really matter, but you can change this first pin to really be any pin that your project needs. Then in our setup, we'll go ahead and serial.begin, which is going to set up the communication between Arduino IDE and our Arduino. And then we're going to radar.begin, which sets up the communication between our radar and our Arduino. If your project needs, you can change this first baud rate here, but do not change the second one, as it's the set defined baud rate that the radar operates at. Then in our void loop, we're going to call radar.update, and this basically gets the library to pull the latest information from the radar, and it's going to return true if it gets a valid reading and false if it doesn't. So when we say if radar.update here, we're not only getting the latest information from the radar, but we're also going to check, is there a valid reading? And if there is, we're going to go ahead and print that out. After updating, that reading is going to be held by the library, and we can get that into our script here by going radar.getTarget, and it's going to be stored in this target variable here, or TGT, or whatever you want to call it. And then the rest of this script is just a whole bunch of print lines so we can see in the serial monitor what's going on. All of the information from that reading is stored in this variable here. So if we want to get the speed, we'd just use .speed to get the speed out. If we wanted to get the angle, we'd get angle out, distance, and then we've also got X and Y here. I'm just going to go ahead and use some blue tack to mount our radar sensor here, and it's facing me so we can see what's going on. I'm then going to plug in my Arduino, and then I'm going to select our board and COM port from up here and compile and run that code. And if we open up the serial monitor and make sure we set it to this board right here that we're communicating with the Arduino at, we should be able to get all of our readings printed out. So we've got a few things being printed out here, working from the bottom to the top. First of all, we have speed, which is in centimeters per second. And as you can see, moving towards the camera, it's going to be a negative, and moving away from the camera, it's going to be positive. And if I move side to side, it's not really picking up any speed. And if I move backwards and forwards, you can see we're picking it up. So it's only movement towards or away from the sensor. Then we have angles in degrees, and if you can imagine shooting a straight line out from the sensor, anything this way is going to be negative all the way to negative 60 degrees, and everything that way is going to be positive all the way to positive 60 degrees. So if I move this way, we go positive, move that way, we go negative. Beautiful. Distance, self-explanatory, it's the absolute distance from the sensor to you. So if I go back here and try not to run into anything, we read higher. And then we have the X and the Y. So starting with the X, imagine drawing a straight line out from the sensor, right down the middle. The X is the measurement of how far away you are from this line. So if I move this way, you can see we're increasing, because that's the distance from me to that line. It's going to be negative that way. And if I move this way, we're going to be positive, because that's the positive distance from me to the line. The y-axis is exactly the same as the x, but if you can imagine the sensor being placed on the wall, it's your distance from you to the wall. So if I'm facing directly towards the sensor and I'm 1 meter away, if I take 10 steps to the right, it's still going to be reading me as 1 meter away, because I'm 1 meter away from the wall. 20 steps to the left, I'm still going to be 1 meter away from the wall, and the y is going to be reading 1 meter. Some real quick tips on actually using this thing. First of all, it's only set up to detect one person. So if you have 2 people in the room, it's only going to be tracking the person that's giving the strongest, return signal, which is usually the person that's closest towards the sensor. If you are mounting it to detect people, probably the best height off the floor to do it is between chest and head height. When you are using it, you should also be aware that those radio waves can bounce off walls or other flat surfaces. Sometimes I might be standing completely behind the sensor or down the hallway, and it detects me from those reflections off the walls and whatnot. So if you are getting readings where no one's in the room, it's not a ghost, it might be a reflection of a wall or something, big flat surfaces around, you know. If no one is around or near the sensor, it won't pick anyone up. Also, if you are using multiple of these, be aware that they will interfere with each other. So ensure they're far enough away from each other if you are using them in, you know, multiple rooms or whatnot. Alrighty, let's do one more thing before we finish up and see how we can make this radar visualization with it. In the written guide, you'll find the second lot of demo code that you need to run this. I'm just going to go ahead and replace it with that. And this is pretty much the same as the first one, but it gets the Arduino to output its readings in a specific format. It's the CSV format. We are going to go ahead and upload that code to our Arduino. If we look at the serial monitor, it's now putting out the angle, the distance, and the speed. Oh, there we go, move backwards and forwards. And it's just going to be putting out that UART data over USB. We can actually visualize that with Processing IDE, an awesome open source cross-platform program that's an easy way to create visuals like the radar we're going to be making. Once that's installed, go ahead and copy and paste in the Processing IDE code from the written guide. This code essentially is going to take the UART messages from our Arduino, which is being sent by a USB, and draw it in our nice radar visualization. Now, our Arduino's COM port can really only be connected to kind of one app at a time. Right now, if we go to the Arduino IDE, it's currently printing it to our serial monitor using that COM port. So we're going to need to go ahead and close our Arduino IDE, but before we do that, you need to check what COM port you're actually using. So here we're using COM port 3. I'm going to close that. And then at the top of our code here, somewhere, where are we? We have a choice of COM port. There we go. Change this line here to the COM port you are using. And if you're using a different baud rate, set your baud rate here as well. And if we go ahead and run that, and we have our radar. Each one of those circular lines you see is a 2 meter measurement. So here we're about 2 meters away from the radar sensor, and we can shuffle it around. And you can see it picks us up and it kind of drops off at about 60 degrees. I don't think I'm going to be able to get 60 degrees around this way. Nope. And if we go to our maximum here, you can see that we're nearly about 4 meters away. And of course, we have that information being printed out in the top left as well. That is quite a handy tool to have for testing and diagnosing any issues with your project, just to have a way to actually visualize what the radar is seeing. And let's be honest, it's just a fun thing to play around with, having a microcontroller connected to a radar sensor, beaming out invisible waves at you, and then visualizing that information on a screen. It's just really amazing what you can do nowadays with such an inexpensive module. Well, that about wraps us up here. You now know how to use this radar to detect humans and get a bunch of helpful information out of it. You could use the speed output to create a human speed camera that measures the top running speed of a person. You could whack this sensor on an ESP32 and integrate it into your smart home setup as a more advanced way to detect human presence, probably a bit more advanced and robust than a PIR sensor. Or I don't know, even track the angle of a person and move a fan in that direction to make sure it's always on them. It's really, here in Australia, it's hot. If somebody makes one, send it to me, If you do make something cool with this, or you need a hand with anything we covered in this video, feel free to head on over to our community forums and post about it. Till next time though, happy making.